You've probably heard all of Scientology, you know, like those cult religion who made Tom Cruise like immortal or something by letting him sign a billion-year contract and getting all of his millions. They believe that you are actually immortal, but that there was an alien invasion and that they let spirits inside of you, so now you die or something. I don't know, man. So you can release those spirits and become immortal by getting tests on so-called e-meters, and those are basically lying testers, but then like better or something. Those e-meter tests cost money, and people actually pay money. So I was wondering, do people actually just accept it and join the cult that easily? I decided to put it to the test. This is the fleeting Sense SMP from the YouTuber Joe Bounty Hunter, and it's kind of a social experiment. He wanted to see if when you gave people limited time, if they would play differently. So he started a SMP that lasted 4 months, and I decided that this server would be perfect, because there are at least 2 players online at every single moment. Oh. Let's quickly get everything back, I guess. Oh, yeah, that's a good start. Let's just start over, I guess, then. Anyways, when I finally got some iron and some iron armor, I decided to make a base plan. Alright, so I did a bit of building in my creative world, and this is what I came out on. But this uses a lot of light blue concrete, like a lot. And I don't want to spend that much time on getting all the sand and gravel. And I'm also not gonna spend all the time on building a base this big, because it's just for a small video, alright? I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. So I think I'm gonna swap the light blue concrete with light blue wool, because there are sheep farms. There's one sheep farm at spawn. I think I can just like dye the wool light blue then. The only things I need then are like white dye and blue dye to make light blue dye. Blue dye is easily gatherable from lapis, so I mined a lot of this. And bones, that's a different story, but I'll come back on that later. And I'm now done with my mining trip. I got some iron and some lapis I need just for the blue wool. Let's quickly make an advertisement at spawn and just shear some sheep. Now I have the wool, let's just quickly find a base to make the build. Oh damn, this is perfect place. Now let's quickly set up camp and just change the wool into light blue wool. I got some bones for the white dye and I bought them from someone and I forgot to record that. Now let's quickly make an outline that kind of looks like the Scientology build that I want to make. I now need some sand, because I need to make a lot of windows in the building. I then needed a lot more wool, because I had just like easily run out in one layer. I then spent some more time just building the building. After that I ran out of blue dye, so I needed even more lapis. I then started with laying in some floorboards, because otherwise we would just walk on dirt. And we're not that poor. Then something happened that no one could ever expect. The Titan Ninja of YouTube passed me a DM and he said, "You will get raided if you proceed with Scientology." And little did he know, that was my whole master plan. I did not make this with trying to lure people in and just giving me money, although that was a small part of it, but I did make this to see if people would continue with the Scientology speedruns, even in Minecraft. Now it only needed to happen and not just stay at a warning. And then something happened, which I was not prepared for. I was just building, but then someone came up to me and asked, "What is this gonna be?" And I said, "Scientology." And as a joke, "Do you want to join?" And they said yes. But I wasn't recording, so I quickly pressed record. So he would return if the building was done. So I had to build fast. But then, when finally the building was done, I still had no contract. So then I did what any sane person would do. I asked ChatGPT. Yeah, no, yeah, I'm sorry. And then, when he finally came to sign the contract, I had to copy paste everything from ChatGPT into the books. And damn, that was a pain. But it looked like a very complicated contract. So that was nice. When I finally got everything in the book, I sent him a message. Now it was time to wait. When he was there, he read it and he read it. But he thought that 50% of all his diamonds was a little too much. So eventually we settled on 15%. Then someone else wanted to sign a contract. So I had to copy it again. And then he read it. And he read it. And he read it. And he read it. And he took a very long time. Eventually he did change something in the book, but I did not know what. So I just accepted it. Now I had 2 members. Then the next day I logged on and something happened. My base got speedrunned. Or grieved. Basically the same. So I quickly went to fix it, and that was it. Alright, so now finally the whole thing is finally fixed again. And I think this is where I'm gonna stop. As you can see, I got 2 books of 2 people who signed the stuff. 2 different books. And I think that's just enough to really answer my question if it's hard to make a cult on a server with people you don't know. And I think the answer is no. It is not hard at all, because like I just built this thing and I asked, do you want to sign a contract? Don't ask questions. And apparently it worked. And if you want to see more stuff like this or just like my style, please consider subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.